Hey guys, and welcome to the wonderful world of The Sims 4. My name is Abby, and I am doing my first speed build video today. I am really excited about it, and I'm really excited about my channel, as you can probably tell. I don't normally sound this stupid and bubbly, but if you guys like it, I can pretend all the time for you. I'm just really super excited to be getting this together and getting this out here. This first build is actually a restaurant. It's called Kenny's Place. And it will be on the gallery. I think you can just type it in, or I will link down below what my name is on the gallery. And it's just my name. It's AbigailLane. That's my name. You can just call me Abby. It's easier to do. Not as much of a mouthful. So you can find this build on the gallery, as well as a lot of other builds. This is my first one that I've recorded, though. That's a lie. I've recorded other ones before, but they were really, really shoddy. So this is my first one I'm posting that I've done. And this one is much better quality than the other ones before it. As you can see up in the top right hand corner of this video, part of the screen is cut off. Usually, you can see the whole taskbar up there. And I don't know why it's cut off. If any of you guys might have an idea why, that would be helpful. I've resized the video. I've resized my screen capturing thing, and I cannot fix it, and I don't know why. That's the biggest problem I'm having right now, I think. If you guys see any other issues I need to fix, please let me know, and I sure will. This is very new to me. I've never done anything like this before. I've never even really been very active on social media or anything, so this is new territory for me. So I'm excited. At the same time, I'm a little nervous about it not being very good quality, because I'm not really a perfectionist, but I'm very critical of myself, put it that way. So I really want everything to be as perfect as it possibly can. And I know I just sniffled just now. That will normally not happen. Right now the weather is changing in Alabama, where I live, and it's swapping to fall. And what happens when it does that in the South, if you don't live in the South, you probably wouldn't know this, but it's really hot one day, and then the next day it's kind of cold, and it just it's confusing to the body. And my nose gets stopped up, and my throat gets stopped up, or my throat starts to hurt. It doesn't get stopped up. That made no sense. But anyway, so I'm not sick, even though it might sound like I am. I don't usually sound like this, so you guys don't have to worry about that. I just really wanted to start getting these videos out here, because I've been working on them for a while now. It's been about a month since I've got everything put together and everything to my liking in my room and stuff, I guess. I built my own computer, and I had it in another room, actually, and it was kind of hard to get it into my bedroom. But it's in here now, and I've gotten everything how I want it, so now I can actually start uploading for you guys, and hopefully you will enjoy this. I really hope you do. I have a lot of great ideas for my channel coming up. I will try to mostly do things that have not been done before, and in saying that, I know you will see that I will be doing Disney builds, and a lot of people already do Disney builds, but my goal with my Disney builds, because I love Disney so much, I can't not do any of them, is to have them very different, have them be builds that have not really been done before. And I've got quite a few that I've thought about, and there might be a couple that people have already done, and I might just have a little bit of a different take on them, which I think is okay. I mean, I enjoy watching Disney builds too. I enjoy watching other people build a lot. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that anyway, even though there are a lot of other people already doing that. As you can see here, I've already got the exterior of the restaurant pretty much built, and at this point I think the lot is still a bar, but I will change that later on to a restaurant, so that you can add the wait stations and the host station. I think you have to have it as a restaurant, the lot, to be able to get to those items. For some reason, the kitchen, the stoves and stuff that come with the dine out pack are available anyway, whether or not it's a restaurant. So I already have those in, and I think that was part of why I went ahead and changed it from a bar to a restaurant. And it also made more sense as a restaurant as well. I mean, a bar would not be this big. So the upstairs part next to the swimming pool is meant to be like the bar area, and the downstairs part's meant to be the dining area. Although there will be dining tables and chairs up on the second floor too. Originally, when I put in the swimming pool, I wanted it to be more of like a swim up bar, but I couldn't really figure that out. And you won't see any of that, any of me trying that on camera, just because I didn't record that part. And you probably won't even see where I skipped, but I did skip the part where I was trying to do that. And it didn't work at all. And maybe I can explore that in another video at a different time. But as for this lot, it didn't work. I'll have the islands up there under the roofing part of the second floor. So that will all be the bar area, and there will be TVs up there and karaoke machines and all that good stuff, like a regular bar. And then down below, you'll have dining and the bathrooms and the kitchen, which makes a lot of sense to me. The actual inspiration for this build was my dad's love of the American country musician Kenny Chesney. I am not a country music fan at all. Well, I say at all. I enjoy Carrie Underwood and maybe Miranda Lambert sometimes, but I am not what you would typically think of as someone who lives in the South, like a big country music fan. And not a lot of my friends are either. So maybe that's just a stereotype that, you know, people in the South like country music. Because I'm not crazy about it, and neither are most of my friends. We like a lot of different kinds of music, actually. There's not one genre that I pick over another. When I was younger, I listened to a lot of rock music, I guess. Evanescence was always one of my favorite bands. Although I've never seen them in concert. Been to lots of concerts in my life, and I've never seen them, which is kind of disappointing. Would enjoy seeing Evanescence. But yeah, Kenny Chesney was the inspiration for this build, though. Rather than it being Kenny Chesney, I think more of like his music videos were the inspiration for this build. Mainly, I wanted to be able to bring in like a beachy vibe to the city, to San Myshuno, because I don't see a lot of that, and that's what I really wanted to do. Here I settled for these bar stools, even though they were not what I wanted at all. You've seen me try out a lot of different bar stools, and I settled for those. They slightly match the bar, but for some reason there's no matching bar stools for that bar, and I cannot for the life of me figure out why. So that was a little disappointing, but everything else in this build I actually really love. I think you'll probably listen to me here in a minute, pick out something else I don't like. But for the most part, yeah, I love pretty much everything. And here's where I'm realizing that this is a bar, so I do have to include some TVs here, and I will include a karaoke machine as well, because that's one of the most interesting pieces that came with City Living, I believe, anyway. So I'm going to take out those TVs that I just placed in just a few minutes and put in a karaoke machine and move that stereo to the other side. Yeah. So one side's more like a karaoke machine area, and the other one's TVs, and then I'll have some guitars sitting over there as well. So it's a big entertainment space here. It'd be really easy to have a party at this lot, or on this lot, I guess. I did not test out... I tested out the gameplay as far as being a customer at this restaurant, and everything seemed to work fine. I didn't have any issues with it. I do believe there would probably be issues if you were trying to manage this restaurant, just because there's so much seating and there's so many things to distract guests by. And I've realized that dine out gets a little buggy when you have so many things going on in a restaurant. If you guys watched James from the Sim Supply, he did a Dine Out Rags to Riches. I don't think it's finished yet at this point in time. But he had a lot of bugs going on with that. And I think something similar might happen to this lot, just because there's so much going on this lot. So I wouldn't recommend playing with it as far as owning it, though you can try, I'm sure. And there, you can change this. You can download it on the gallery and change whatever you need to, and, you know, tag me or send it to me. Let me know, you know, what you change. I would love to see if you can change it or what you do with it. That does not bother me at all. I don't do much of Let's Plays, like gameplay with The Sims. I do every now and then. As far as recording any of that, I don't know that I will. I don't know that there will be any Let's Plays on this channel. And that's simply because I don't enjoy games if I don't have a goal set for them. So if I did like a Super Sim challenge or something, I would enjoy that more than just doing like a story. Some of my favorite YouTubers, though, do lots of Let's Plays, and I really enjoy watching other people do Let's Plays. I just happen to get bored with whatever story that I come up with. So I really enjoy Deligracy's Let's Play Barbie series. I love watching that. So I don't have any problem with those type of videos. I would love to be able to do them if I could. I just, like I said, I would get very bored with them, and you guys would get very bored if I was very bored. So as you can see now, I have placed in a sitting area next to the elevators, and I thought that would be more like a area if it was like a busy night at the restaurant, you know, and you had to wait on your table. You would probably sit down there and wait to be, you know, called up and taken to your table. You might have one of those little buzzer things that they give you at bigger, nicer restaurants. I say that, nicer restaurants, but I live in the South, so maybe it's just regular restaurants do that, and we just don't have a whole lot of nice restaurants. I don't know. That's probably not true. I'm totally kidding. But not a whole lot of restaurants here in the South have those. I mean, enough so that I would know what they are, and I know that they exist. Cheesecake Factory does have those little buzzer things. Actually, I think the last time I went to Cheesecake Factory, they sent a text message out. Like, you gave them your phone number and they would send you a text message when your table was ready, if I'm remembering correctly. I went sometime this time last year to Cheesecake Factory, and I think that's what they were doing. It might not have been Cheesecake Factory. It may have been somewhere else. But I'm pretty sure it was. That's pretty cool. That's pretty interesting now that I think about it. I totally forgot about that. I'm completely off track from this video. So, I'm going to try to get back on track, and I'm going to try to stay on track. Now I'm changing this build to a restaurant so I can get to the wait stations and to the host station. So that is what I'm doing right now. I'm popping those in, and I picked the mustard color because the mustard color just kind of reminded me of sunshine, and this is supposed to be a tropical build anyway, in the city. So I used that mustard color there, and they kind of match the pillows on the sofas outside on the little sitting area. And then I will also place in some matching counters in the kitchen. I tried to light up the swimming pool as much as I could, but it didn't quite end up how I wanted it to be. I would like it to be a little bit brighter at night. For some reason, lighting up a penthouse is really difficult. I've got a mansion that I put on the gallery just last week. I did not record it, although I did record parts of it. I had started building it before City Living came out, and I knew I didn't want to start putting out videos until after City Living came out. So I did not record the exterior of the build or anything like that, but you guys can see it out on the gallery. And I turned my phone down, but apparently Siri thinks I'm talking to her, and I don't know. I have no clue why. I know my accent's pretty thick, but I didn't think it was that bad. I just tossed my phone over to my bed so that you could not hear that if she did that again. And that's not the first time. I've actually had to, toss my phone across the room before because it's done that to me. It was like yesterday. So I've got a couple of different ideas for this channel, obviously. And you guys can let me know what you think. You can let me know what you would like to see in the future. If you would like to see more speed builds, less speed builds, different types of speed builds. If you want me to do some type of gameplay, you can always help me out with deciding something like that. I would not mind that at all. I am here to entertain, and I'm here for you guys to enjoy my work. I take criticism pretty well, so I have a pretty thick skin. You can't say much to me to hurt my feelings. That could be partly because I do a lot of debating with my major in my classes and things like that, and when we debate, we don't necessarily debate topics that we agree with. And when I say that, I mean I have to play devil's advocate a lot for things. Like, we may do a debate on some topic, and I'm on the side that I actually don't agree with. And I have to play devil's advocate because that's just, what I was assigned to do. So I have to do research to argue a point that I don't even agree with. And everybody else in those classes are the same way. So they have to argue points that they don't agree with either. And then, some days we may argue points that we do agree with, and we may actually get into typical debates where we don't agree with each other, and we really don't. And it's never anything personal. Nobody ever takes anything personal in these classes. I'm very blessed to have classes and classmates that don't take things, that don't get super offended and very easily offended by anything anybody else says. Because, it's not very productive to be that way. So, in saying that, my point is that I have a very thick skin, and you will not bother me. Even if you're jokingly this video sucks, that would not bother me. Even if you're seriously telling me this video sucks, that wouldn't bother me. I'd just be like, oh, okay, well, what can I do to make it better for you? Because that's what I want to do. I do want to, have a successful channel. I do want to have good videos for you guys. That's the whole point of me putting these out there. I'm not making these videos for myself. Partly, I am kind of a little bit, because I enjoy making these videos, but that's not the whole point of making videos. Not to me, anyway. I really love these paintings that came with City Living. The artwork that came with City Living is just absolutely beautiful. That is one big thing I can say I really love that came from City Living. There is one thing, though, that I really wanted that didn't come with City Living, and I thought it might because of apartments for some reason. I don't know. It doesn't make a lot of sense now that I'm thinking about it, but I really would like a hanging microwave, like that one that puts on the wall, a microwave that goes on the wall, because that's how it is in most houses nowadays, that the microwave would be inset into a counter or hanging above a stove or something. At least that's how it is at my house. That's how it is at a lot of other people's houses I've been to. Lots of places don't have a microwave sitting on the counter anymore. The house that I grew up in and the house that my dad still lives in does have a microwave on the counter. That's because it's a really old house. That house was built in the 20s, I think. And we just renovated it. We renovated the kitchen, I think, when I was in middle school. So, for some reason, they did not put in a space where the microwave could hang. And I guess maybe my dad was trying to keep the house looking old. So, we didn't do that. I don't know. I don't know why they didn't. Maybe he just didn't think of it. Because my dad's pretty good at this kind of thing, like I am, like building and planning out a house. He's pretty good at it. He's actually better than I am, and he helps me out a lot on some of these things because I ask him, does this look good? Would this look better? And he has some really good ideas. So I asked my dad a lot about some of my builds on The Sims 4. And you'll actually probably see me do some builds that my dad has requested. There is going to be a game room build that I'm going to do, and it's actually something that he intends to put in our backyard in the house that I grew up in my hometown. And he wants me to build like a rec room with garage doors, and since City Living came out, we do have those garage door items that don't actually work as doors. But I do intend on using them, hopefully. We're now nearing the end of the video, and as you could see, I was trying to put some signage on the walls, and for some reason it wouldn't let me. It was saying that it was, I guess, out of bounds of the lot. So I just settled for a sign up on top of the restaurant to make it look more like a restaurant instead of just some random building. A billboard on the side would have been really nice, but it would not let me do that. So we're just jumping into the screenshots now. That there is actually Mama, that little woman in the pink apron, and that's one of the Sims I have on the gallery. I hope you guys really enjoyed my video, and I know some of these angles and these pictures are terrible, but I'm gonna try to get better at that. That's one of my struggles in life, is taking good pictures. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and leave comments below if you need me to fix anything or want me to change anything or have some suggestions. I really appreciate you, and I will see you next time. Thanks.